series about Easter Sunday, church strategy on visitors, and how to prepare for Easter Sunday. Today, we're going to talk about idea number 7. You got them here on Easter Sunday. Well, what are you going to do on Easter Sunday? Let's say you got like 50, 100 people that are about to come out. Well, how are you going to make a good Easter Sunday experience for them? What are some ideas you can do? Here are some things you could do. All of it kind of depends on your budget. Again, I would not break the bank here, so be very, very careful. Don't spend a bunch of money that you don't have, but here are some ideas to think about. Maybe it'll spark some creativity for you on how to prepare kind of a fun experience for them to come to your church on Easter Sunday. I think a really easy one to do is food. You don't have to do a huge meal. You don't have to spend $1,000 on like steak and barbecue. It can be very, very simple, just like bagels and maybe like pastries, things like that. But maybe you could do food. Another really good idea is to have some cool photo ops. So if you got some creative people who could make some cool backdrops, again, it doesn't have to be too fancy, but something very, very simple so they could take family photos. People love taking family photos. Have some photo op ideas or have some photo op locations that they could go to. Maybe you could do a candy station. So if you don't have the budget to feed everyone, maybe you could do a cool candy station. You can have various candy stations. It's like, you have a bag and you fill your bag with candy. I would not create a huge bag because that means like the first 20 kids that go through there, all your candy is going to be gone. So have some small bags, have some like scoops and they scoop out candy, fill the bag. That's a really easy one. You could do ice cream if it's really hot where you are. You could do yogurt if it's really hot where you are. Here's something really cool. If you could afford some sort of like specialty coffee cart or a coffee truck to come out, they could do specialty coffee. Or maybe you have some volunteers who know how to do specialty coffee. They could bring out their espresso machines, do some pour over coffee. Maybe you do Italian sodas. That's a really budget-friendly thing to do, to have some special drinks. Italian soda is really easy. Maybe if you guys have books at your church, you give away some free books. Something I would highly recommend is promote your small groups, your ministries, really help people understand different ways with different people they could connect with at your church. So really make sure that is visible so people can know more information about how to join maybe a basketball fellowship you have or a small group. Again, if your church has the budget, this would be a really easy time to get like a fun bounce house or a slide for the kids, things like that. In another video, I talked about being careful, being too gimmicky, but with Easter Sunday, you can get away with a lot of the stuff because it is kind of a festive holiday, things like that. But if you have the budget for that, you could think about renting one of those out. But it is February, so I just want to let you know that if you're thinking about doing this, you should call the bounce house place today, like right now, because a lot of these things are rented out in the beginning of January. Yes, beginning of January for Easter. So if you're thinking about doing that, I would call your local bounce house place today. Do it right now because I think a lot of it is already checked out. But offer some fun things at your church. And again, this is where it's really important to know your city life, your culture, your people. What are some of the things that they enjoy doing? What are some of the things that they would love to, take part in so they can share life with people and get to know people? What are some easy things that you guys can do that's not gonna break your budget? So be creative, do something after Easter Sunday service to get people to stick around because you really want people to not just leave your church and have everything be over, but give them a reason to stick around and make sure you're connecting with them. Don't just go off into all of your friend groups and go off to get to know the people you already know. Make sure you have teams, volunteers, members ready to connect with visitors because people want to be with people and talk with people. So give them a reason to stick around, be creative, have an awesome Easter Sunday service. I'll see you in the next one.